guys, and welcome back to my channel. And you do not understand how excited I am to be sitting here and filming this video. If you cannot tell by the title of the video, today's video is going to be amalgamation of two things. So basically around 2 to 3 months back, I did actually 4 months almost. By the time you watch this video, it's going to be 4 months since I last filmed something similar like this. So I did my summer picks basically. So from the month of March, like the beginning of March to the end of June, I gave myself 4 months and I gave myself 7 perfumes to either finish or try and test out, figure my thoughts on, etc. Like a bunch of stuff. So it was kind of like a shop my stash or like a curating, basically like the fragrances I'm going to focus on, like a capsule, basically like a perfume capsule collection. And this is something that I want to continue doing like for the rest of my life pretty much. I know that sounds a little dramatic, but that's something that I want to do because I actually see myself switching up fragrances and using different fragrances in different seasons, and a lot of people are like that. So yeah, anyways, today's video I'm going to give you like a project pan update, quote unquote project pan update, and share with you my goals, which goals I hit on which perfumes, which goals I didn't hit on which perfumes I didn't use, the deal with that. So an update on the summer list, and then I'm also going to be sharing my monsoon collection as well. So there is a lot to cover in this video. It might also be a longer video. Let me just give you that spoiler right out of the gate as well. I don't know how long it's going to be, but by the time you are watching this, you probably know how long the video is. So grab yourself either like a snack, a beverage, maybe you're having lunch or dinner while you're watching this, because I do that a lot. When I'm having lunch or dinner, I always have a video playing in the background. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Starting with my summer list first, we had 7 perfumes again, like I mentioned. The first one on that list was Versace Eros Femme. Now I want to tell you something before I show you the bottle. I haven't used up this perfume. That's the first thing that I want to say, because when you look at the bottle, it's almost empty. When I show you the back, you can see there's a little bit left in the bottle, but let me tell you, this perfume is not empty. It's nowhere close to being empty. I was actually halfway done with this perfume. I was somewhere here maybe. I'm going to insert a picture because I did take a picture yesterday in the daytime. I was kind of doing like a shoot for a lot of my perfume bottles, and you will know why eventually. I don't want to give any spoilers, but what I actually did end up doing is that yesterday night I decanted the whole bottle into like a bunch of different smaller travel size like decant bottles that I had, because I've realized that I feel like I'll use this perfume more if I have it with me on the go and I can constantly reapply. This is a huge 100 ml bottle that is not convenient to have with you around and like constantly reapply throughout the day. So yeah, for that reason I decided to decant this bottle, and I am going to actually save the bottle because it's beautiful, and I also have like memories attached to it as well. Like this, I have memories attached to this perfume, which is why I want to have it like a keepsake. But yeah, I have a little bit left and my empty decant bottles were over, so I thought कि ठीक है इतना सा तो चलो इसमें जाने देते हैं, छोड़ देते हैं, and then the rest is decanted. So yeah, this is nowhere close to being done, but like I mentioned in my summer video, my goal is to use up this perfume in 2022, like use up everything. So like all my decants I want to empty out in the next 6 months, and if I'm being honest, I think that's definitely possible. Now that I have the decants, it's definitely possible. So fingers crossed on that. We're working on it. Moving on, next, the second perfume was Ysl Mon Perry, and that's the only one that I don't have to show you here today in this video, because my goal was to just use it a bit, figure out my thoughts on it, and decide if I like it, I don't like it, what is the deal with that. And if you have been following me for a while and you've seen my journey with Ysl Mon Perry, I loved it when I sprayed it on myself in the store, so I decided to buy it. When I got it home, I discovered I did not like it, which is why I decluttered it. Then I smelled it when it was a part of my mom's collection, because I decluttered it to her, and I felt like, you know what, I should give this perfume a second chance. So I took it back from her, tried to smell it, tried to wear it in the past 4 months, and I will say though that I just tried it once or twice, did not like it whenever I had it on my actual skin and when I was wearing it. So I decided, you know what, there was a reason I decluttered it the first time. It might smell good when you smell it out of the bottle, but when I actually spray it on my skin and when I actually wear it, I do not like it. And that's the reason why it's not here for me to show it to you, because I gave it back to her. I was like, you know what, I gave this to you for a reason and you're gonna use it up, because I cannot. So yeah, Ysl Mon Perry has gone bye bye. Moving on, next we have our third fragrance, which is Nuan Rebel Woman. This is from West Side, and this is what the bottle looks like. I love the bottle. It's like a matte black, beautiful packaging. The perfume smells amazing as well. If you like the well juicy couture, you're gonna love this. And I actually did not get the chance to wear this as much as I would like it, as much as I would like to. Basically, in the past 4 months, I think I barely wore this like 2 or 3 times, and it was just because I was focusing on other fragrances. It was not like I didn't want to wear this. I definitely wanted to wear it, but I just was focusing on other things. And I'm not going to beat myself up for it. I'm just going to make sure that in the next 4 months of Monsoon, I'm wearing this a lot more, because for some reason this specific perfume I don't like in the winters. It's not the same case with Vive la Juicy Couture, but it's specifically just with this perfume. For some reason, it doesn't work for me in the winters. I don't know why. I need like a hot, humid weather to wear this, and this is like my sweet fragrance to wear in the hot, humid weather. Basically, so I'm going to continue wearing this in the rains and the humidity in the monsoon. I actually wore this yesterday, by the way, and I loved it. So yeah, this is going to be a part of our monsoon rotation, but I'll speak about that later. Moving on, next we have 2 body mists. Actually no, there's only one. The other one I did use up, but it was not a part of the rotation. But I did use up my Plum, my Plum Body Lovin' Body Mist, and this is the Orchid Me Not variant. This is, like you can see, completely empty. There is nothing in here. This lived with me in my office, on my office table, and basically this was like my scent I would retouch up with if a perfume that I'm wearing on a particular day doesn't have great longevity and I'm not reapplying it for some reason. This is just one that I would spray on me throughout the rest of the day and retouch up my scent. And again, like you saw, I completely used it up. I love the Plum body mist in general, and all the fragrances are great. I just wish that they had better longevity, better projection. Again, I understand they're body mists and they're like pretty inexpensive for what they are, but yeah, I still feel the way I feel. I would rather prefer that you get the EDPs rather than getting the body mists, because I think it's a better bang for your buck. So yeah, that was that. My goal was to finish it up and I completely finished it up, so I'm very, very, very happy about that. Moving on, next we have Studiowest Seasalt. This is another West Side brand perfume. Basically, if you don't know, Studiowest is the in-house brand of West Side, the official in-house brand. And then again, they have NUON, they have Bombay Basically, they have a bunch of other stuff. But this is not a West Side video. Talking about Studiowest Seasalt, this is what my bottle looks like, and this is how much I have used it up. Again, you can see that I haven't used up a lot, but I feel like I have used a good amount. Like, something is better than nothing wala philosophy is what I'm using here. And one thing that I will say though, that I feel like this one, a little goes a long way, and even if you use it a lot, तो ज़्यादा dent नहीं होता है इसमें, which is why it still looks like I haven't used much, even though I did use this a pretty decent amount, I'm gonna say, as compared to like the other perfumes. I think Versace Eros Perfume I used a lot, which is why I used up like halfway. I used half of the bottle, and then of course I was wearing a bunch of other fragrances as well. So yeah, that's the update on this one. This is also going to be another one of the perfumes that I continue using in the summer, in the monsoon, after using it in the summer, because this is one that, again, I gave myself the goal that I do want to use it up before the end of the year, and not just the end of the year, but I'm going to say I'm going to use it up before October, basically, because this is not a fragrance that I see myself using in the winters, like November, December, this is not going to work. So before October, I have to use this up. That's the goal, and we're gonna have to do a lot of hard work for that. So yeah, that is that. Moving on to our last two fragrances, and I feel like this update video is actually getting to, like, the update portion of this video is getting pretty long, so let's quickly wrap up. But we have the last two updates slash empties. So we have Ivari Seduction by Avon, which you can see is again completely empty. My goal in this one was to actually finish just half, but I realized the more I was wearing it that I think because my bottle had got older, the longevity of this was really what do you say, the longevity of this had decreased a lot for some reason. So I saw myself respraying this throughout the day a lot of times, and the bottle is not that huge either. So for that reason I actually did, you know, wear this quite a bit and reapplied a lot throughout the day as well. And it's a 50 ml, so it was very easy to use up. And yeah, this is going to go out of my collection as well. And to my empties, like, I'm collecting my empty perfume bottles of the year, so this is going to go in that pile along with the Plum body mist. Moving on to the other and the last, like, perfume that I have to update you on, which is also an empty. Very excited about that. It's Avon Attraction EDP, another empty bottle. My goal was to actually finish this because I didn't have a lot, but I didn't want to use it up because of how old it is. I feel like I've had this since the beginning of my channel, and my channel is pretty old. So I mean, my channels are pretty old, but I started my channel like years and years and years ago. So that tells you I've had this perfume for years and years and years, and I'm very happy to finally finish it up. I do have a lot of memories attached to this one as well, so I might decide to actually keep it as well, like keep the empty bottle. But yeah, this is a beautiful fragrance that I wore quite a bit, like in the beginning of summer when it did not start getting like scorching hot. That's when I wore this, because this is definitely not something you can wear on a super hot summer day. It's something that you need to wear a little bit like when the weather is slightly chilly. So yeah, I wore it, I used it up, and that is that. Okay, so now we're gonna like basically keep all our summer update wala perfumes aside, and I'm going to grab this basket that has all my perfumes that I'm going to be focusing on in the monsoon. And I came up with this really pretty, and like everything fits perfectly, so I really like it. But this is going to be my basket for the upcoming monsoon season. This is what it looks like. Everything fits perfectly, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fragrances that are in here. Of course, we're gonna have our Versace Eros Perfume, like the decants and stuff that I have. We're also gonna be focusing on, yeah, this is our assorted selection, which I love. And then we also have this fragrance right here. This is also by Westside. It's called Zuba Silk, the EDP. This is discontinued, so I don't think you'll be able to see this a lot in stores. But yeah, this is kind of my YSL Black Opium slash Dolce & Gabbana, the only one slash, you know, fragrances that I spray on my clothes. Basically, this is that scent. So of course we're gonna be going through that as well, but this is our main selection and picks that I'm going to talk about specifically today. And the fragrances we're going to be focusing on. So just to start out with, first, the ones that you already know about that are going to be carried forwarded to the next 4 months. We have Studiowest Seasalt and we have NUON Rebel Woman. These two I've already spoken about. The reason why, okay, I just want to give you a few pointers before we move on to the other fragrances. This one I really want to be using because something that I realized, like, once the monsoon season actually started, is that I've been craving a lot of sweet scents. And I say craving like I'm going to eat them, but basically I crave wearing sweet scents as well. Not like sweet in the sense like warm and like super ambery wala, like, you know, not the kind of fragrances you would like to wear in the winters, not those kind of scents at all, the ones that are too cloying, but ones that still have a sweet element along with like a fruity aspect or a floral aspect or something like that. those are the kind of fragrances that I'm really like enjoying wearing, and this is going to be one of them. So this is one that I definitely want to wear and focus quite a bit on in the monsoon, because I didn't give this enough love in the summer, so I feel like I need to compensate for that. And then this one again, like I told you, I want to use it up, so this one we definitely have to be focusing on in the next 4 months, so that we're able to make some progress. And yeah, those are those two. Now moving on next to some fragrances that I want to kind of experiment with. I still haven't used them a ton. You'll be able to see that clearly from the bottle. And then some that I feel like I have memories attached to, so that's why I want to be using them and focusing on them as well. The one that I have memories attached to, actually there are two that I have memories attached to. We have Avon Little Black Dress, and we have Miniso Sunrise. Now Little Black Dress by Avon was a scent that I was wearing a lot last year in the monsoons, and that's why I have like memories attached to it. This is something that I've called like a nighttime clubbing scent for the longest time, and I still get those vibes kind of from it. But since I wore this a lot last year in the monsoon to work, for that reason I feel like I want to continue the trend this year as well. You can see we have a good, like I've used this, you can see. And then I also had my like one of my travel sprays of this that I was also using last year, so that's why you might not see a lot of use on this specific bottle, but you can see it has been used, and I want to continue to focus on this one as well. Then when it comes to Miniso Sunrise, the reason why I have memories attached to this is because I wore this a lot last year while doing hikes in the monsoon. Not specifically monsoon, but like even pre-monsoon, post-monsoon. Like I associate this to like hikes that I have done, and this year specifically I feel like I'm going to do a lot of hikes in the monsoon, because I did not get to do that the past 2 years. So keeping all of that in mind, I feel like this is another one that I will be wearing a lot. And I also just really love the scent. I love the scent so much that I have this bottle, and then I also have a backup bottle. If you have watched like my organization of my beauty collection videos or my perfume collection, I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned this in the past that I have another backup bottle of this as well. So yeah, I want to focus on getting like a good dent in this, possibly finishing this up as well. And I don't think I'll be able to do that just through hiking, but I think if we plan some trips, hopefully if COVID does not mess things up again, I think I will make this like my travel slash hiking slash could I wear this to work? Maybe if there was a special occasion that I wanted to kind of remember this by, then I think I would also wear this to work as well. So yeah, that was Miniso Sunrise right here. Moving on next to two fragrances that I haven't used a ton. I've worn each of these I think once or twice maybe up to this point, and you can see we don't have great dents on them either. We have Masaba by Nykaa. This is Croc and Roll, and then we have the Plum Body Lovin' in the shade, not in the shade, oh my god, in the scent Hawaiian Rumba, which you guys know I love from the bottom of my heart. I have emptied out several shower gels and body lotions. I've used up the body mist also of the Hawaiian Rumba one, and I finally pulled the trigger and I bought the EDP. I've had this one for a while, but again, I was just focusing on a lot of other scents that I've had for a longer amount of time that I didn't, you know, give this much attention or much love. But I finally do want to do that, because I feel like this is a scent which is like an all year round scent. I know it's got a name that like associates it with like tropical weather, beachy vibes, vacation, stuff like that, but that's not what I associate this with. I associate this with like an everyday signature scent. I think it's because I use the shower gel every single day. I use the body lotion a ton. I have worn the body mist in the winter as well as the summer. So yeah, for that reason I feel like I associate this scent with like all year round, you know. And I definitely see myself wearing it in the summer, in the monsoon as well. I keep saying summer instead of saying, summer instead of saying monsoon is what I was trying to say. But yeah, this is again, like I said previously, a sweet scent that's got like the beachy tropicalness. It's not like your glowing super like warm sugary sweet winter scent. So yeah, for that reason I will definitely enjoy wearing this in the monsoon as well. That being said, I just want to make one small note, and my thoughts might change in the future, but as of now I am a little disappointed with the longevity of this fragrance, because when they launched it they kind of claimed that this was going to be like your super long lasting 10 plus hours long wala fragrance that's going to last like throughout the day, and I had a lot of high expectations. I was like going to make this my signature like forever wala scent, but seeing the longevity on this one, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, the fragrance is to die for. I could actually die for this, but the longevity I'm a little bit underwhelmed by, because yeah, when I wore this a couple of times I did not notice this being super long lasting. So yeah, just a little disappointed with that, but I'm going to continue wearing this, and again I'll figure my thoughts on this and update you when we do an update on this video basically. And then moving on to Masaba by Nykaa, the Croc and Roll fragrance. This is, I think, the one fragrance that is very different from all the fragrances that I have in my collection. Actually, I feel like even Little Black Dress is very different from all the other fragrances that I have, but this one is also definitely like a standout, because this is not sweet, it's maybe floral, it's definitely not fruity, it's not warm, it's just in a league of its own. I feel like I cannot describe it. If I had like the box, I would share with you the description, but you can definitely find the description on Nykaa, and if I remember then I will try to maybe leave it in the description box as well. But this is a very different fragrance. Again, like I said, it's not sweet, but the reason why I think I would love wearing this in the monsoon is because it's sharp in a way that it doesn't like make you like, it doesn't give you a headache. And this happens to me sometimes, where if I'm wearing a lot of sweet fragrances like every single day for a long period of time, I eventually get bored of them and I want to change things up, and I feel like this is something that I would wear when I want to change things up. And again, it's very unique, it's very different, but I love it. And I again do think that the longevity on this one is also not like mind-blowingly amazing, but I want to continue wearing it much. Like you can see, I haven't used much, so I think I'm, you know, jumping the gun and being like too soon to judge this. So we're gonna give it some time and we're gonna see how this fares eventually. But the fragrance itself I actually really like, surprisingly. I do want to say that a lot of the Nykaa fragrances I feel like are either too floral for me, or they're too fresh and they're not my kind of thing. But there is just like this one, and then there's also Bishes or Bisses, which I also really love, but that's like your more warm, sweet, ambery winter kind of scent. So yeah, that was that. These were all the kind of main fragrances that I want to talk about and focus about, and then I have one honorable mention to share with you, and this is Burberry Her. Now when you look at the bottle, you might be like, okay, did you actually use so much of this? Like, when did you buy it? When did you use so much? I did buy it recently, but I did not use all of this. I actually bought a partial. So if you don't know what partials are, I spoke about it in my haul video that I showed you and shared with you that I have bought this. But basically there are certain people who sell decants of perfumes, but sometimes they like don't make enough decants, or maybe the decants of the particular perfume aren't selling or something like that. So they're left with like an actual original perfume bottle that has a lot of perfume missing, because decants were made out of that, but then the rest of the bottle still has the perfume. So this one I think was a 10 ml or a 12 ml partial that I bought of Burberry Her. I had smelled this in the store before, and I think this fares a lot different on the skin, because when I smelled this I definitely had a very different experience. But now that I got it and I actually did wear it again once or twice, I had a very different experience with it. This to me smells like an elevated Victoria's Secret body mist. That's what it smells like to me, if I'm being completely honest. It's your typical floral fruity. The notes on this are blackcurrant, blueberry, raspberry, jasmine accord, violet accord, musk, dry amber, cassis, framboise, and what else do we have? Oh no, wait. I think I read the translation as well. So yeah, blackcurrant, blueberry, raspberry, jasmine accord, violet accord, musk, and dry amber. Those are the only notes. So yeah, this one I am happy that I didn't buy a like actual big size of it, like the full size 100 ml. I bought a partial because if I don't like it, it means I'm not wasting too much money. I didn't pay that much for it. I think I paid around something between 1,000 to 1,500 or something, which is not bad, because I'm getting to try a very popular scent that is compared to like so many other fragrances. It's compared to Baccarat Rouge, it's compared to I think like this Burberry Her, this which is Burberry Her, Baccarat Rouge, and then even Ariana Grande Cloud. Those are all like for some reason compared to each other. I haven't smelled those two yet, so I'm not going to compare this to that, but yeah, the reason why I'm putting this one in basically is because it's new to my collection, and I don't want this to be one of the perfumes that because it's new I'm not giving it love and I'm just giving my other perfumes love, and then eventually this will also become old, right? So I want to use it a couple of times, figure my thoughts on it, and decide if I want to like use it up, because again there isn't much in here. It's going to be relatively easy to use this up as well. So yeah, we have that, and that was everything that I wanted to talk about. I am very happy that this video is almost under 30 minutes, but my voice is going now. I actually cannot talk anymore, so yeah, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot wait to come back after 4 months and give you an update on all of this. Again, we're gonna be starting I mean, when I'm filming this, we're in the last week of June, so of course I've already started wearing some of these and I'm going to continue doing that, but I'm going to officially come back the end of October and give you an update on this particular list, and then I will of course share my winter picks as well. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I feel like I've given you a good idea as to what my goals are, but I just want to give you a quick, very quick revision. These two I want to figure my thoughts on along with Burberry Her as well. So actually these three I want to figure my thoughts on. Then we have these four, which I'm not gonna like, will I be able to hold all of these together up on the screen? Let's try. Okay, then we have these four, which I want to basically get more use out of, and I have a couple of ideas as to how I want to do that. So maybe I'm gonna pick like a scent of the week, pick one fragrance and then use that for a week straight, and that'll give me a good idea because I'm wearing it constantly, so I'll remember my thoughts. But I'm also wearing them on different days, and sometimes different perfumes can work differently on like different days depending on if it's raining on a particular day, or maybe it's a little hotter and it's not raining as much, all of that stuff. So yeah, that is one idea that I have, that I might do like fragrance of the week and then keep rotating every week, and you know, that's something I am considering. So yeah, let's see what we do about that. If you have any other thoughts or any ideas as to how I could make this interesting and fun, then please feel free to let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye.